Know Me Yet Podcast Network.
Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda L.D. Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I'm your girl LD along with my girl Tanisha, the Diva Mahomes. What's up, Diva?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. We got a lot to talk about in a short time, so let's jump right in.
Let's go.
I'm ready. First thing we're gonna start with is the WNBA. We gotta talk about Asia.
Man,
and
let's talk about it.
I got up there 1,000%, but it was 1,000 points. I know what I put up there. What she's done this year has been what she's done over her career, going back to South Carolina, has been amazing. And thank you, Tanisha sent me for my birthday the Asia Wilson South Carolina jersey. So I'm excited about that. Thank you.
I'm glad you liked it. I knew exactly what to get. I knew exactly what to get.
Yeah, but your thoughts.
It's the same thing that everybody knows. Asia Wilson is 101. She's out there on the floor. She's dominant. She's been consistent being dominant. You really can't hold her. You just try to contain her and hope she don't go off on you. But at the end of the day, you know you taking the L. Whoever holding her is taking the L. Like that, we know that. And I'm just glad that she's starting to get the recognition that she deserves, rightfully deserves, has earned, not been granted, but has proven herself year after year after year that she is that person.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad she's getting her respect. Asia is that chick, and I can't wait to see her. I'm when I get an opportunity to go, I might have to take off work or something, but I'm gonna get on up there and I'm gonna see her. So it's unfortunate I moved here kind of late, moved back to Texas late, but yeah, I'm excited for her, about her, and what the future for the WNBA has in store with a superstar like her.
It's in good hands. I mean, you can't take anything away from her. You got to give it to a defensive player of the year. She should get it. MVP, she should get it. What she's done, 1,000 points, averaging 27 points this year.
Crazy.
That's 5 more than the closest person to her. But she's efficient also. That's the other thing. But something that struck me in her, she got emotional during her, when the team was celebrating her, and then in the locker room. And something she said that really caught me, where she says, just some days I don't even want to be Asia Wilson.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, she went on to say, when I come into work and I see y'all talking to her teammates, it changes my whole outlook on life. So I'm so appreciative for you all. I'm nothing without y'all, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, and I appreciate y'all. Never change. I mean, that statement to me was so powerful because it said a few things. She was vulnerable in that moment, letting people know, I'm carrying a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot on my shoulders.
Yeah, and her teammates, if they were paying attention, they got to be there for her on and off the court. And I know her family's there for her, but her teammates too, and they mean so much to her. They were saying somebody's birthday, somebody's this, somebody's that. She's the first person to bring in, flowers, a cake, making sure, just looking out for everybody. So you just got to make sure, sometimes when we see people and we put them up here, we think they're okay. You got to watch out for them because it's a lot. It's a lot to,
just the statement itself lets you know how much of a leader she is, though, because she understands that every day I got to bring it. Like, they are looking at me on a different level. And I'm coming in there every day, and what I do kind of leads the way. You know what I mean? And I got this group that's been with me that, they're like I bet if you ask her, she feels like they're like a family.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And they've said, I mean, I follow them. I follow all of the teams really, but I follow them and stuff that you see that they do together. It's like a family. It's like sisters on that team. So it's good. We could go on for days. I go on for days about Asia, but we're gonna move on to, let's talk about the WNBA that won their last spot. The last spot is still lingering out there. You got Chicago, Atlanta, and the Mystics hanging in there for that last spot.
I told you who I picked.
Yeah, you picking the Mystics. They almost got it the other night. They did not.
I'm picking the Mystics.
Yeah, Mystics in Atlanta. I think that's who's gonna come down to. I think Chicago's gonna struggle without Angel, so I don't know if they can pull it off.
Absolutely.
But I think it's gonna come down to those teams, those two teams, and we'll see what they do. Bunch of games tonight. We'll be reporting back on that, and the playoffs
Absolutely.
start on the 22nd of September. So that's next week. We'll be back with
Yeah,
that
Angel.
and see. Go ahead.
I just don't see the sky when with Angel being gone, the way she grabbing boards,
Yeah, and
a loss.
and if they stay in that 4 spot, the 8, I was a little. I think we were all worried about them, right? A little worried about the Aces,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the way they
Yeah.
click and some things that are going on, and I think some things that if they realize that Asia's done her job, now y'all
Oh,
need
Lord,
to come and
yeah.
show she wants it. They need to come and show what they can do. But yeah, Phoenix moved down to the 7th spot. Indy moved up to the 6th spot. New Yorkers won. Minnesota, Connecticut, Vegas, Seattle, Indy, and Phoenix. And like I said, right now Washington's sitting in that last spot. So
Look at the Mystics.
let's see. They ain't clinched yet. Let's see. We'll see what's going on.
I'm telling you. If I tell you it's cheese on the moon, get your crack and follow me.
Yeah.
I done called it. I called it.
All
That's
right.
what it's up.
Yep. I ain't gonna go get you. I ain't
All
gonna go
right.
get you. All right,
Be-
we gonna jump over because there was some crazy stuff going on this week. I
Lord
just
have
watched it.
mercy.
My mouth was open. I'm still dry. Let me get a sip. I'm still dry. My mouth was open all weekend.
You ain't gonna get a sip.
Mm.
Not,
Let me
not
get a
the
sip.
delayed sip. Go ahead.
Yeah, delayed. 2 day delayed. Well, last night didn't help either because I was
What?
watching that game. Well, we were watching it like.
Man, I'm so mad at Darnell Mooney. You done out
But
winning
you know
money.
what? I know.
Out winning money. And then Darnell Mooney want to turn into a superstar.
Yeah, he sure
I was
did.
like, oh,
Because
Lord.
all night he wasn't running. He wasn't finishing
What?
the routes. He just stopped on the route.
Dude, that hurt me so bad.
But I
in
saw
my
him
soul.
and Kirk Cousins sitting there. You know how
But
Kirk
you know how I
Cousins
love
is.
Kirk.
That's your boy. And I have a different respect for Kirk after watching quarterback, just as a
Yes,
person.
Lord.
But
Exactly.
I saw him sitting there. They flashed over to him talking to Mooney on the bench.
Yeah.
And Kirk just looked calm and was talking to him. Price said,
he
"Hey,
been there.
young man, run through the route. Just keep running. I'll get
Right?
it."
Because why you keep stopping?
He did
Why
it
you
twice.
just look up and be like, oh, you know what?
He did it twice.
He threw it to me.
All right,
was
so
like-
let's talk about what's your number one surprise from last week,
Surprise.
or your disappointment. Doesn't either one. I know what your disappointment is, but go ahead.
I am torn up that they have given up on Bryce Young.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, that is devastating because that is a young man who came from being on top of the world to literally having the rug pulled out from under him, who I feel like was a guy who should have had a red shirt year, as they say in the pros. And he got thrown out there with nothing to work with. I mean, very little. I don't want to say nothing. It's everybody good to in the NFL. I'm not being disrespectful to that level, but with very little to work with. Saw what happened last year, and then they see 2 games and like, we out.
And we talked about this. I have a difference of opinion with you on this. I don't think they gave up on him. I think they're trying to reset because they realized they made a mistake last year. And so they're doing now what they should have done last year. And I think they were trying to prove a point, but you didn't have the players around him to prove a point. And halfway through the season, I mean, you could have kept somebody like, and he's flourishing now, right? Sam Darnold. You were quick to get rid of him. And he's,
they did the same thing with Baker.
Right, but I'm saying, like, right there, you got rid of all the people who could have. You got rid of the coach, so there was some poor decisions made in North Carolina. That's been since Matt Rule, but Matt Rule's over there playing, coaching Nebraska. So they've really got to regroup in Carolina and figure out what they're going to do. But I think it's the right thing to sit him at this point, and let him regroup, because just watching his face, watching his body language.
Let me tell you, I think my personal opinion is the 2 games and we're gonna yank him. It's not like they think they about to be in the playoffs.
But why chance that he ain't learning nothing?
Which
and you ain't got nobody out there. He's not learning
But
anything.
but that's my point. I'm on the Brady tip. Why y'all not trying to develop him?
That's why I think sitting him is a way of developing him and let him watch the game. Let him watch what is going on, what they should have done last year, and they're not doing that. Now, what's
I think he's done in Carolina because I think the new regime that they have, that's not their pick.
okay?
They didn't pick.
That general manager ain't new, is he?
That's not the coach.
Okay, is the general manager new?
Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
The man has played a total of 18 games because they ain't made the play. 18 games, right? Name me somebody from last year.
Make your point.
My point is that
because I'm not gonna argue with you.
Who I'm not arguing with you.
Okay.
Who was gonna go into Carolina and do something with what they left him with? Look at what they did for Caleb Williams. Look at what you do for your first round pick. If you want him to go out there, you don't go out there and lead this person out here to lose all their confidence. I'd say his next coach ought to be the coach over there in Miami that brought Tua spirits up. I hope they get him, put him on the bench, because to me he can't feel good about himself. You just took somebody who was high on life and you sucked every drop of confidence out of that dude. That dude was missing throw. And don't tell me that's pressure. That's the fact that I'm in a place where I'm not wanted. He didn't forget how to throw an out route. I'm moving on. We're not going to do this. I just hope this young man gets somewhere and a fresh start. I don't even want him to stay in Carolina because they don't want him there, and I don't want him to be there either. Moving on.
All right. Yep. Thank you.
Go ahead. Give me the surprises. Give me your surprise.
No, I mean, my disappointment. I'm not a fan. I was disappointed in that Dallas Cowboy game. I thought they looked terrible.
Me too.
I'm still surprised at New Orleans. I'm not gonna say I'm convinced about New Orleans. I'm gonna say I'm surprised about New Orleans. You know me. You know how I feel about Derek Carr.
I'm a Derek Carr fan.
Right, you are, and I'm not. So I'm
Derek Carr fan. I told y'all at the beginning of the year, go back and look at the show, people. I said Derek Carr not having 2 bad years in a row.
You've said that for the last 4 years, and he has. So
he not had 2 bad years in a row ever.
He been in the playoffs.
He has not had 2 bad years in a row ever.
He been in the playoffs.
He has not had 2 bad years
Answer the question.
in a row.
You made a statement. Answer the question. Has he been in the playoffs?
You know what, the Raiders ain't been in no playoffs.
I don't know what
they over there in Chiefs.
What's your definition of a good year?
Productive.
Okay.
They didn't lose because of him.
But you can't get your team. Oh.
They didn't lose because of him.
Okay. So when he got Devontae Adams.
Last year,
he wasn't there last year.
He had 1 year with Devontae Adams.
Right. And didn't do a thing.
And who's done a thing with him since?
Nobody. There was no expectations of anybody else doing anything. It was him.
Like hell it wouldn't. Garoppolo was there.
They didn't play Garoppolo.
What you mean they didn't play Garoppolo?
They played Garoppolo and then sat him. But we ain't talking about Devontae Adams. We ain't talking about Devontae Adams. Don't side. We talking about Derek.
You put Devontae Adams into it. You brought Devontae Adams into
I said playoffs. I said playoffs.
You said he had Devontae Adams. He didn't do nothing with him.
He didn't do anything with him.
Well, he ain't the only one.
Okay.
All right. Next.
What's his name? Aaron Rodgers did a whole lot with him. We don't know what anybody's going to do with him this year, right?
No,
we see what Gardner Minshew
Gardner Minshew, Gardner Minshew ain't bad to me.
Yeah, he won a game. He won a game with him on Sunday, so they beat the Ravens. So that's another one that's disappointing. Watching the Ravens lose at home, up by 10, and you go back and they're 0-2. The Bengals are 0-2.
Yeah.
What's our other team that's 0-2 that we were talking about?
That we actually care about.
Jacksonville's 0-2. Those are some surprises that we have there.
But Jacksonville shouldn't be a surprise because they got rid of every damn body. That's another one of them situations where you let Calvin Ridley go, Zay, you get rid of your team, and then you go get a rookie who actually is playing very well, I might add. But I can't figure out what happened to Christian Kirk. You don't forgot how to throw him the football?
Maybe. Or maybe they're locking him down, say somebody else is going to beat us. It was a close game. It wasn't a blowout, so they need to clean stuff up. With the coaches they have, I think they can clean a couple of things up. I don't know if they're going to go deep into any playoff run or anything like that, but I think they'll play better. I think some teams that are 2-0. The Chargers are 2-0. They're looking good. The Chiefs, they're getting by the
but they playing
the hair on their chin.
True that, but just look at the two teams that they had to get by.
I get it, but they got by.
Yeah,
They barely got by. They're not
Barely.
looking good. The Chiefs
No.
are not looking good yet, but we said that last year too, right? So do I have confidence in them that they'll pick up? Absolutely. But
I'm a little worried now with the injuries. We'll talk
but
about that though. When
yeah,
we get to
but
injury
you
report.
got, I mean, you still got Pat Kelsey ain't catch but what 1-2 balls. So some stuff that's not clicking yet. That's probably gonna click. Same
Mhm.
conversation as last year. I expect to be clicking. Herbert came back with his which I
Plantar
went to injury,
fasciitis.
but he came back. And he's playing well, and then that he didn't get injured. They look at those X-rays and they're negative. So he's looking good. They're playing well, and that coach is pumping him up. Harbaugh
Oh
is
yeah,
just
Harbaugh.
pumping them up. So yeah,
The Harbaugh
the
that you
Ravens
like.
need. The Ravens
That's
need
the Harbaugh you like.
I don't care for either one of them. Be honest with you, I just think one is a better coach than the other one.
All right. Well, you
And
damn sure don't like the Raven coach.
it's not that I dislike him. I don't think he's a good coach. I think his time has passed. His time has passed because he's doing the same thing and you're not getting results.
It's definitely predictable.
Yes.
It's starting to be predictable, and I think that's having a huge impact on what they're able to get away with and what they're not. You got to mix it up, and it's not there.
You got Derrick Henry and he ain't running.
I don't understand it.
So I'm just trying to
I'm trying to understand why you bring him over there.
Why? Exactly.
Why bring that man over there if you're gonna have that Brahma bull up in there and don't run him? That don't even make sense. But okay.
Agree. And we're gonna go to something that just is makes me sick. So the New York Giants can score 3 touchdowns and play a team that scores 0 touchdowns and lose. That's something that's never been done before. See, we make up ways to lose. Right? We just don't lose regular. We make up ways to lose. So that's a big disappointment, all in caps. I mean, come on.
I
really?
don't get it. I don't understand.
And I look at this, and someone else said it, so I'm not the first one to say it. Probably 6-7 people said 53-man roster. You ain't got nobody there that used to play soccer, that kicks the ball in practice for fun and looks pretty good.
Everybody has one. Every team has one.
Thank you. Justin Reed did it for the Chiefs and kicked off.
Everybody
and kicked the field extra point. I believe it was we just needed some extra points.
That's it. Go.
53. And you ain't got one out of the 53.
Most teams actually allow like that little piece of fun time where that one person gets to practice and they get to do that. I find it hard to believe. They must be running boot camp up in there because
I mean, Graham Gano was on the sidelines. Yes, he had a bad hamstring,
right?
But you know what? At that point, I'm like, damn it, just stand there and kick. Don't run up to the ball. Just kick it. You got enough in your leg.
You have enough on your leg. You just
to take a step and kick it, then lay down because you done anyhow. Yeah. Just lay down. Go ahead, tear it up. Let's win one game.
Yeah, that's rough.
3 touchdowns. The other team scores 0 touchdowns, and we lose the game. We get real creative with losing. But
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
Can't do nothing. What can you do?
So sorry, because that was awful.
Laugh.
Y'all got bad luck too. I'm sorry.
Well, I told you ever since that black cat ran across the field, I forgot how many years ago, we ain't did shit.
Are you gonna blame the cat? Y'all went to the playoffs though.
I don't. Huh?
Come on, there. Y'all went to the playoffs and won.
That was that black cat playing with us.
Is that what that was it?
He said, "Let me build him up." He snapped. Boy, people were buying Giants gear, chest poked out, all of that. I was like,
I thought y'all had done some. I thought y'all had turned the corner for real. I ain't even gonna lie.
We turned the corner and guess who was sitting there? Guess who was sitting there? The black cat.
He's sitting over there like, gotcha.
Playing with his whiskers. No.
Gotcha.
No. Yeah, that was. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, everybody laughed about that, but I'm like,
yeah.
It wasn't.
I'm superstitious as hell anyway, so
it wasn't funny.
I'm with you on that. It wasn't nothing funny about that black cat.
Let's talk about your boy.
Which
Tampa
one?
Bay.
Baker. You know I love me some Mr. Mayfield.
I know you do.
Yeah, I like
Mr. Mayfield.
Yeah, Mr. Mayfield. I love Mary since he took off running and didn't get 5 feet when the cop caught. He showed me he had different sides to him. He get 5 feet. But I loved him.
Oh my goodness.
I like no. But
He's looking good. He was
Baker
looking
out there
good
playing
towards
ball.
the end of the season last year, and it's carried over. So I'm
how
happy for
you
him.
know what I said. The only reason why Baker was not in Cleveland is because he did the same thing that I say all the time that quarterbacks do, players do, which is what? Play hurt.
Yeah.
Thinking it's some loyalty. And guess what? They did Baker wrong over there in Cleveland land. They did him wrong. And I'm glad that he is now bounced back. He's with a team that wants him. He is gelling. He is on all cylinders with Evans and Godwin. I'm happy for Baker.
Yeah.
They beat Detroit, who knocked him out the playoffs last year.
Back.
So that was a nice little get back. Yeah.
Little get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look good. They look good doing it. We're gonna jump around. I want to talk about last night's game.
I'm gonna let you have it because, like I said, I might clip up Darnell Mooney if I saw him the way he took me out there showdown on DraftKings.
I just didn't understand what the Philadelphia defense was doing.
Why didn't they just run the ball? I didn't understand.
Well, they should have. No, that's the offense. They dropped it. That's it. I'm talking about the Philadelphia defense when they just let Kirk Cousins sit in the pocket and throw the ball.
They didn't even try to. They didn't. I don't know. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah. So,
but you remember last year he got rid of somebody. I mean, a year before, whatever, he got rid of somebody that was good at their job, and then now you up here letting somebody, Kirk Cousins, who we can tell that he's not 100% with the Achilles. He can't really get away. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I didn't understand that, but and that was a home. They were booing them. That was a home loss for Philly. I think they thought they had it wrapped up, but Philly
I didn't
fans
see that booing coming.
Oh, I did. Philly fans, they don't.
Oh, I remember when Big Pat was playing the
but he on the other team. They were booing their own team.
That's what I'm saying. He told me don't say nothing. He told me to disown him in the stands. Yeah. He said Philly crazy. I didn't think I didn't think they would boo him.
Yeah, they booed him. They were like, y'all gotta go.
They were booing like they was booing Daniel.
Like they were booing, like they were booing the other team.
Yeah, that was cool.
Let's talk about I want to talk about two people before we get to these injuries. One of it, Jamar Chase. Do you think he'll be a long-term Bengal?
Not if they don't pay him.
What?
Not if they don't run that money. And okay. I mean, he won it all. And I think he's right now, like the stuff that's going on with the field, his game is being affected by what's going on in his head, in my opinion, right now, about how he feels about how the team is feeling about him. I think Jamar Chase considers himself the number one wide receiver in the NFL in his mind, and there's nothing wrong with that. And he feels like he should be paid that way, and that's a no-brainer. So I think right now he's learning the business of football, and it's not setting well with him in his soul, and it's affecting his play on the field.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I truly believe.
Fair enough. Let's jump over. I'm not giving him a whole lot of energy. Caleb Williams.
I'm going to let you have that one.
No, I mean, I think it's early on. I'm surprised though, and disappointed. Not even seeing like, oh, there's a flash of this, a flash of that. I'm not seeing anything. It looks like he's just not seeing it at all. It's early, right? Like everybody says, the first couple of games are like preseason games. They're not preseason games, but that's how it is. Everybody gets give him a chance. I'm gonna give him a chance. But they were just so high on him, like he was it.
I'm going to tell you, I think he's having the same issue that Patrick discussed. The speed of the game, I think, is a little bit overwhelming for him right now, and he's need a little adjustment period.
Yeah.
I think it's the speed of the game that he is like, where the hell are these people coming from this fast, and where did they like that Patrick said that was like a big thing for him. I remember that vividly.
Oh no, I mean I know that. I'm just saying the expectations. I agree. Oh, no, it's too much for him because
it's up here.
And he's nowhere near that. Like he's running,
and like, they gave him
where he took off running. He missed by first tackle, second tackle, third tackle. Then they got him. He's used to that, but that's not going to happen in this game. Like you said, the speed is different. Everything is different. So, hopefully he watches a lot of film and I don't know if it's him, if it's play, but his teammates ain't happy
Yeah,
because they're
yeah,
like, damn, I gave you the room to throw me the ball, and they getting up like, dude, come on. So
yeah.
you
And
got to keep
Big
all that
Pat called
together.
this. He gonna
Yeah,
Big Pat called this, so when he come back on the show, he gonna be running
I ain't
his
worried
mouth.
about him. We talk about
Yeah,
him when he on
he's
the show.
trying.
But like they said, like, he's been going in the locker room. He's been very vocal, telling people to clean up after themselves and do this and do that. You got to get on the field and do your thing. This was a while ago. He's a leader. He's a leader. So you got to get out there and got to lead on the
On the
field
field
because
as
that's the
well.
expectations.
Resolved.
Yeah, that you're gonna do that. All right, let's jump over here, like we said, to these injuries.
Yeah.
Who's hurt more, or is everybody just hurt? You got I got Pacheco out. I got
Hollywood
AJ
Brown.
Brown, Debo Samuels, Cooper Cup. Who else?
I think the team.
McCaffrey.
Yeah, I think the team that is is going to be most affected is the 49ers
Okay.
because they've lost McCaffrey and Debo.
Okay.
And I mean, to me, that is going to be the team that's most affected by it. The Chiefs still have Kelsey. I mean, they've lost Pacheco and now they've lost Hollywood Brown. But Hollywood Brown never played a game before, so he still has Kelsey and Rashee Rice, which is basically what he had last year with a couple other people sprinkled in there. So I think for the Chiefs,
Well, you
they
got to
made
get a
it.
running back. Don't.
Well, Kareem Hunt is there today. We'll
Right.
see how that worked. I'm really excited about that because I know he fits well into Andy Reid's system. I would love to see Kareem Hunt be able to come back to Kansas City. I know he wanted to be back. I think it will work out well. We still got Samaje Perine. We still have the Steele, and now if we could get Kareem Hunt, I think that would be enough.
Okay.
To keep us going. And don't forget Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Right, but he's going through his issues,
Yeah,
so
he's got
not
some
even
things going on.
Yeah, not even
Yeah.
So Cooper Cup, he's out for a couple of weeks, and Puka,
And
he's
then
out.
Puka, that's rough.
That's real rough.
That's rough. That's rough. I mean, who's left? DeMarcus Robinson and
You can't even say and. That's it. And right.
Yeah, that's I
Yeah.
don't know, man. Stafford about to.
And
But
AJ
Stafford is a
Brown,
veteran.
he is, but you got to have somebody to throw the ball to. And if
Yeah.
you're used to having that, you don't have those two guys.
Oh
That's hard.
man, them some route running fiends, boy.
Yeah. AJ Brown said a couple of weeks that his hamstring wasn't real serious, but a couple of weeks. I guess the nurse that they know how
It's
it is.
serious enough for them to put him down for
Right.
3
Yeah.
weeks.
They're gonna nurse that. And let's talk about Tua. I know there's plenty more injuries that we aren't talking about, but we're gonna go because we could
Well, I
talk for
believe
2
Tua's
hours
already
about
made
that.
his decision. He said he's not retiring.
But what I did see, they put him on IR.
What did we talk about earlier? I said that organization needs to put him on IR to give his brain a little time, give himself a little time to heal. That's 4 weeks right there.
Mhm.
He's got to be out for 4 games. Right there, that'll give him enough time to really think about this answer because the need to rush and make a decision, I thought that was unnecessary. Let the man have some time to soak things up, get his wits about him itself and everything. And so I'm very proud of the Dolphins organization for sticking him on IR.
Yeah, I'm glad too. I'm glad that they did also. I don't know how. I know I got these dings and they're coming in. I apologize. I know you hate when that happens, but it's just sorry. It's just one of those things. I know I'm all over the place. One of those things. My family or who people, everybody's Diddy going down. I don't know if that.
I'm sorry. Yo, New York. Yeah, Diddy is
done. Diddy been arrested from what I understand. That's the word that I'm getting. Diddy is arrested. Diddy going down. Everybody like, oh, yeah, that. I don't know if he will call it sports news, whatever. But
you knew that was coming.
Yeah, I knew it was coming, but I'm like, see, I don't know how to turn my phone off. They're like, oh my goodness. So anyhow, so I everybody that got hurt. But Tua, I'm just and he made a statement he's not gonna retire.
Yeah,
concerned about him. I don't know, maybe that's the competitor in him or whatever. I'm just going, like we said a couple of years ago or last year when it first started happening. I'm still praying for him. I'm praying for everybody out there because it's a violent sport, and that you want to be able. I wish for him that he's able to know his kids' names and can
When he's
function
50.
life after hell when he's 30.
Yeah.
Okay, we're trying to get there when he's 30.
Yeah.
I know
Because
you had something that
well, I
you
said that I thought that Tua had maybe 2 concussions in at Alabama, and
probably that they didn't even
three
account for.
three three's the magic number, as we know, and we've seen that in the NFL. I really want this young man to be able to see his kids and know who they are, and
Right.
and realize that there is definitely life after football. I've been uh, really happy that some of the retired players have come out and said, "Hey, Tua, it's rough when it first happens, but you know what I mean. Now, knowing what we know now, it's plenty of life after football," and they've come out and they've been very vocal about that. And I, man, I love that they're doing that for him. Um, but generally it's your immediate family that's going to have the most influence on you. So I'm hoping that he makes the decision wisely. But I
Well, see,
really
he's
want
got
Tua to
4
be a
weeks to
good
think about it. He's going to go visit
guy.
some other
Yeah,
neurologists and see what's going on. I
absolutely.
know there's a whole lot going on in the NFL. I think you need like a Pat McAfee show or something, 3-4 hours and 17 people and people,
Panels.
researchers and all that other stuff to get it all. We're trying to give it to you in less than 45 minutes, 30 minutes if we can. Tanisha, you had something important that you wanted to share, or your closing thought on someone today. Let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna close out with that.
Normally I'm all about something funny or whatever, but today I wanted to give Michaela DePrince her flowers. And if you don't know who that is, she was a ballerina and one of the best that's ever done it. And she passed away at the young age of 29. They haven't there's no cause of death as of right now, but this young lady went through, I mean, so many hurdles to get where she is, and she's a perfect example. Do some research. Go ahead and look up. There's books. She's got about 4 or 5 books on her. She has a couple of like TED Talks that you can see. She tells her story. It's a very sad story, but she was adopted by this American lady, and she was brought over and became one of the best ballerinas. Take your time to look at her and look up some of her pictures. You can even just do a image search and be blown away. And I just want to say rest in peace. I know it's hard on her family. Her mother, who adopted her, passed away the following day that she did. Her name is Michaela. Michaela DePrince, and she was one of the best.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. So for me, as far as my closing thoughts, a little different. It's getting down to the wire, folks. Don't care who you vote for, vote, and we can have the conversation. But the one thing that you should not do is do not let your political ideas or whatever you believe in destroy relationships, right? That's on you. And if you know somebody and they think differently, don't get in an argument. Just keep it to yourself. Do your thing, right? People are going to do what they want to do. So that's a part of our always, our thing when we always say,
Yep.
be kind. That's somebody, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Absolutely.
So don't forget that. And then until next time, please be kind, be blessed, and we see you next time.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.